Hello, my name is Belynn, and today I'm going to talk to you about this 17-year-old boy. To me, he's extraordinary because his capability of leading a cause. So this 17-year-old boy is named Joshua Wong, and he has been leading an activist group called Scholarism since age 14. And this movement has been going on since Hong Kong in September 28. It's about 3 or 4 weeks. And this student, he is extraordinary because he has done so much that at his young age, we don't see that, as young age for us, we don't see that we're capable of it, but he is an individual that can. So I idolize him. So his cause, he leads a group of Hong Kong students who have taken part of a movement to raise awareness for pro-democracy for his society and to reform the Chinese government. So as a member of society, I pay close attention to the culture around us and what's going on. So today I want to talk to you about what the protest is for and who plays a key role in this event and what are the implications through the courses of actions that is taking place. So what is the protest for? So the 17-year-old boy, Joshua Wong, led a group of scholarism to raise awareness to reform democracy in the Chinese government. Okay. So the protest has been going on for 3 or 4 weeks, as stated before. Recently, Hong Kong students have taken part of the movement because we have heard news and many articles related to this debate. And who plays a key role? Like I said before, Joshua Wong. He is described as an extremist because he's taken a lot of precautions and actions. So Demetrius Lovett on September 22nd states that Beijing, over its controversial plan for political reform, he has become a leading voice of his generation. Because in 1997, a Sino-British joint declaration gave the province of Hong Kong under China's control, and it was promised that they would be able to free elect their leaders, but China hasn't shown that they'll be able to free elect because elections have been rigged constantly. So what are some implications? So the first implication is a very sensitive topic. It is closely related to another protest that happened 25 years ago that led to many deaths of the students. So the students that led the protest 25 years ago also fought for democracy, but they were very lenient on it, and they didn't get their cause through internationally until the Chinese government took action and brought many tanks in, which led to a lot of deaths of the students. And the Chinese government still try to hide the fact that they brought in the army to break down the protest. And then Ma Jian on October 3rd states that this protest that's taken right now is a turning point and marks a historic turning point by comparing these two events 25 years ago and now. Now, another implication you ask is, now that all the protesters are outside in the streets, filled up all the city, while they're protesting, they're not really going to work, they're not really going to school. So it can take a wide effect internationally and nationally in the world because so when you're out there protesting, you're not really focused on your job and everything. So it can take a damage on the economy, the Chinese economy, which affects worldwide economy because we do depend a lot on the Chinese government and the economy because they provide cheap material and supplies, such as the workers, the jobs, and the household can be affected, and how can it also affect the third world party, We don't know if a pro-democracy in the Chinese government will work or substantially be effective in the government. Therefore, we can always implicate that not every country is good for democracy because we have a good system. But can they manage and support the system? That's another question. Now, another third implication. The start of World War II was because of communism and versus democracy. As the start of World War II, we didn't know, it was like a domino effect. So we can start off with asking, what if U.S. was to take place in this action to stop the Chinese government or fight for democracy? Would it lead to World War III? Because it's again another question of socialism, communism, and democracy. Now, recent news that appeared that I checked today was New York Times on October 26th announced that organizers of a planned vote for Hong Kong's pro-democracy demonstrators abruptly canceled. This happened on October 26th, about a week ago on Sunday. So tension's growing because there was a vote for it, but then it was canceled. So there's a lot of tension with the protesters, the Hong Kong citizens, and the Chinese government. In conclusion, it is important to understand what is going on in the world and how it helps us understand the world better. Today, I talked about the protest, what it is, and the key roles and some implications that take place. Therefore, age does not determine the ability of an individual, and therefore, we should learn we should learn how Joshua Wong takes action, and we should learn that we are capable of anything.